Hi, first of all, I would like to thank you for being with us today and sharing your experiences with Foursquare. So, I think you're based in New York, and why not Silicon Valley in San Francisco, but New York?
It's an interesting question. So yes, indeed, we're one of the biggest startups in New York City. I think, the answer historically is that our co-founders lived in New York and wanted to create a smart, personalized city guide for them and their friends. And so it just started organically. But we realized that New York was actually the best test market you could start with for a service like Foursquare, which is all about discovering new places and cool places in your neighborhood and your city. And the reason is because New York is a great city. It's very dense. There's so many places to go, new restaurants opening all the time, great museums. So it became actually the very smart, typical type of city that we wanted to grow Foursquare in. We found out too that it was nice to be kind of a big fish in a small pond. In San Francisco, it's very, very competitive. It's very difficult to hire engineers. There's so many other companies. In New York, we were able to become a bigger fish in a small pond, and it became a little bit easier to grow the company.
Okay, so Turkey, I think Turkey is a pretty big market for you. What is your plans for the next years? How do you plan to grow? How are the growth rates in Turkey and generally in the world?
Turkey is one of our most important markets. It's one of the largest markets for us outside of the United States. So we're really excited that we're able to spend more time here and see how quickly the user base is growing. We've invested in a really important strategic partnership with a company called Public. They're based here in Istanbul. They work with merchants and advertisers to get them involved in Foursquare and offering specials and discounts and publicizing Foursquare. So we're working with them to build the market here.
I think it's been around a year, I guess.
We announced the partnership in September, so maybe 5 months ago, and of course it's taken a couple months to get organized, and we're now really working strongly together.
So you started building a customer base right now, and how many customers do you have in Turkey?
We don't release that kind of information, but we have very strong set of launch partners, including Garanti Bank, Turkcell. We're talking to all of the big brands who are innovative on digital platforms, and we're finding very strong interest in working on Foursquare.
Nice. What do you think about Turkish entrepreneurship ecosystem? And are you an entrepreneur yourself? Do you still feel passionate about your job?
It's a good question. Absolutely. Foursquare does have a big name, but we're still a small company. We're still a new company, and we're still reinventing the product and reinventing the company every month, every 2 months. So it's very dynamic, and as long as you're in an organization which is trying to build new products and bring on new advertisers and bring on new users, you're always stimulated. It's always exciting. I found Istanbul to be very dynamic. I've had a whole series of meetings this week with venture capitalists, with advertisers, with other startups. I'm very impressed with how much energy and entrepreneurialism is here. I think also Foursquare as a product works really well in Istanbul because there's such a density of places. There's so many restaurants and museums and bars, and we're finding that people really depend on and enjoy using Foursquare to find new places, and there's always new places to go. So it's a really dynamic market.
Thank you very much for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.